Hey guys, how are you? Welcome to Bratty Tarot. So, welcome Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. These are your July 2023 bonus readings. What I do is I get straight into the meditation. I tell you what kind of vision that I got for you guys, and each person, place, or thing within my meditation represents one of the astrological signs of Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Then what I do is I do the separate readings, which will be time-stamped in the bio and also in the comment section. And I incorporate all of these stories together to give you the best possible outcome or the best possible reading that I can that can give you the most insight for your July 2023. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the meditation. How it works, usually my meditations are incredibly strange. So the person or the main character was, listen, I don't know, all right? I saw Harry Potter, okay? Listen, just hear me out, okay? I'm sure that there's a reason why. Now, Harry Potter, or this person in my meditation, was a representation of Taurus, okay? Because I always go in order. So Harry Potter was Taurus, and Taurus was walking through what kind of looked like Hogwarts, okay? If you don't know what Hogwarts is, it was the school that Harry Potter went to, okay? Just hear me out. And Taurus is walking through these hallways. It's like the outdoors, like walking through these hallways outdoor, and they had those like those arches where you could look out onto the field and look out onto the distance, and it was nighttime. And as Taurus was walking through this hallway, this outside hallway, all of these voices started coming from inside of the walls, right? And so Taurus, and the voices were a representation of Virgo. That's what I got. And so the voices just kept going and going, and liquid started pouring out of the walls, and like all kinds of weird different colored liquids and things like that, and more like yellows or clear, honestly. And then Taurus like looks around, like puts his head out of the arches and to like look like, where is this coming from, right? And when he does that, or when Taurus does that, Taurus looks out and sees this like lumberjack hacking away at this wood, trying to build a house away from that place. And then all of a sudden I saw a bunch of kids just running through the hallway and smashing glasses at the wall. And Taurus was like, stop doing that. Stop doing that. I was trying to get these kids to stop, and the kids were like, what? And Taurus goes, you don't hear that? And you could hear the walls like crying and saying like, let me out and things like that and get me out of here. But the kids couldn't hear it. It was just Harry Potter or Taurus that could hear these things, that could hear the walls speaking to him, her, him, whatever. So it was pretty weird. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Now, just as a simple reminder, Taurus was Harry Potter, or the character that was walking through these hallways. The voices within the walls are Virgo, and the lumberjack outside of the walls are Capricorn, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get started with Taurus, and I'm going to do these in astrological order. Like I said, timestamps will be in the bio, or chapters will be in the bio, and timestamps will be in the comment section, okay? If you're watching this in the live premiere, you'll have to wait afterwards for the timestamps, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Taurus, hello. Welcome to your July 2023 bonus reading. I am so happy to have you here with me. Now, if you have not listened to the meditation in the beginning, please go and look at the timestamp, or please rewind. Please go back and listen to the meditation. If you don't, you're really not going to have any idea with what I'm talking about, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look. Show me Taurus. Now, Taurus, you were Harry Potter, okay? Or you were the person in this meditation that could hear the voices in the walls. And if you remember, you were the only one that could hear them. The Star in reverse, the Hermit in reverse. I'm wondering if there's a little bit of paranoia going on about something, or you're kind of in your head, your jealousies or your insecurities possibly getting the best of you a little bit. You're kind of losing hope in regard to something, or you feel like you're not being understood, yet at the same time, you feel very supported in some area of your life, whether that's through a romantic relationship, your friends around you, or maybe even your family members. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. You keep hanging on to something. You keep hanging on to something from the past, or there's something or a cycle that's constantly repeating itself in your life. And now you're getting to this point where you feel like you have to make a choice. And here we go with something about mental health or paranoia, or it seems like you are a little ruffled up by something. It could be a relationship. It could be family. It could be something from the past, etc. And I feel like it is based around jealousies of some sort, or some form of insecurity, or even if it's not that, I mean, the Queen of Wands in reverse. Let me put this a little bit further. The Queen of Wands in reverse. I hate how that cord is showing, but that's okay. We'll fix it for Virgo. Sorry, Tauruses. The Queen of Wands in reverse is also somebody who doesn't feel confident enough to take action towards something or perform in some way. So I want to go ahead and get right into this with that star energy. Tell me about that star energy, that star in reverse. You got the Four of Pentacles in reverse, the Emperor in reverse, the Lovers in reverse. Oh my goodness, Taurus, what is going on? The Two of Pentacles in reverse and the Ten of Wands. You may be getting to this point where you feel like you have to drop something because it's just too loud. Like it's just too much going on. You know, it's kind of like when you're in a room and you have to like in your room when you're in a party or something, and you have to just kind of leave, and you have to just remove yourself from the situation. I'm kind of feeling like it's something with that. There could be in your energy some unrequited love, okay? Or this could be a sense of you possibly even blaming someone else for why you feel out of control in your own life. Now, you're showing up as a masculine energy. So if you feel that you're not masculine energy, then I suggest that you flip this reading. If you are dealing with a masculine energy, keep in mind, this could be your son, this could be your father, this could be your lover, okay, your teacher, I don't know. But it feels like there's not a lot of hope in regards to you taking a chance on something. And the reason is because you feel like you wouldn't have control over whatever this is. Okay, so I'm not really sure how that fits into the reading yet. Because it's almost like there's this sense of, well, if I can't control it, why do I want it, you know? And I think for some of you with that Hermit in reverse and the Nine of Wands, there's something about you guys where you are defending yourself. Like you're defending who you are, the journey that you've been on, the crap that you've been through, etc. And you're getting to this point where I feel like maybe it's being challenged in some way. Like who you are is being challenged in some way. Who you were even. Four of Wands in reverse and the Judgment energy. This is interesting. For some of you, you could be deciding to have a breakup, or there could be, but it's like, this is like a higher self decision. That's what's interesting about it. It almost feels like it's something that's best for you more than anything, where you're kind of taking account of everything. You're looking back at the past, you're looking at the present right now, and you're thinking about the future in terms of, you know, what kind of relationship do I want? Where do I want to live? You guys do have Venus going retrograde in your fourth house of home and family and living situation, so it absolutely could be something like that. But your sense of authority is what's being challenged, is what I feel like. Now, I see that you're kind of like standing up, or you're coming out on top in some way, but I'm wondering why the Emperor in reverse? Let me ask that. The Sun. I'm wondering if you have a father figure or a masculine figure in your life that's challenging you, that's challenging who you are, because the Sun is our identity. This is interesting, because in my meditation, it was like you were walking through these hallways and you heard these voices in the walls. And they kept saying, like, get me out of here, or get me out, or something. But you were the only one that could hear it. And I remember those other people, like, they were pacing down the hallway or running down the hallway and throwing glasses at the wall, and you were like offended, and you were surprised that these people could not hear the voices of the walls. You know what I mean? Like, you were the only one that could hear them. And so there may be the sense of you feeling misunderstood in some way, or someone's challenging your sanity even. The Queen of Wands in reverse and the Death card. I need one more. The Judgment. Okay, so, you know, I'm not going to lie. If you are a masculine Taurus, and I'm so sorry to my feminines, but if you are a masculine Taurus, I'm a little concerned. I'm a little concerned because there's a feminine energy here who may end things with you, to be honest. This could be somebody who challenges your own authority. It's interesting because there's some power plays going on, is what that feels like. It feels like you're pretty guarded in regards to who you are and the things you've accomplished, or how long it took you to get here, whatever that means for you. And there's somebody who kind of, you feel like, misunderstands you in some way. Or somebody who is constantly jealous, or doesn't have a lot of confidence, or is insecure, or something like that. And it's almost like an ultimatum vibe, where it's either you are giving an ultimatum towards someone, whether this is a family member, a lover, whatever, or you're also telling them, okay, but if this changes, we can continue this. If you change, we can keep the relationship. If you change, you can still be a part of this family. If you change, so there's something going on with that. I'm getting like not friendly around here, and I don't know why I'm feeling that, but the Hierophant is like our morals, our values, it can also be about higher learning as well, but I'm not really getting that with this. This feels more like a commitment of some sort, whether that's a commitment to a friendship, a family member, a lover, etc. And it feels like there's this almost this sense of backtracking, or this sense of isolation in some kind of way. Like isolating yourself from a situation or a person because you feel like it doesn't align with your foundational structures of your life, or having the possibility of that happening. But I don't feel like you do. Tell me about that Ten of Cups. The Five of Cups and the Four of Wands in reverse. Wow. The Queen of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups in reverse. Yeah, okay. What's the Five of Cups? The Eight of Swords in reverse. And the Six of Swords. It's interesting because it shows me that there's a lot of love and support, right? But there's also a lot of power struggles between you and other people, or you and another person. And the thing is that you are showing up as the Emperor in reverse, which tells me that there's some frustration in the way that you want to handle things, in the way that you want to control things, feeling like your masculinity is being challenged, feeling like your identity is being challenged. When I feel like there's a feminine energy here who just simply wants change, it seems like you have a good support system, either from a specific person or from your family, but it feels like a specific person, but take it or leave it. I almost want to say you're not who you think you are, and I know that sounds really crappy, okay? I know. But I almost want to say you're not who you think you are. Just because with that Emperor in reverse, this is somebody who thinks that they have it together, or thinks that they're a leader, and they're not. It's somebody who actually has a very fragile ego and can be a little I don't want to throw the word abuse out there, but somebody who abuses their power in some way that they have over another person. And so I'm almost getting like a gaslighting energy, or when you feel challenged in some way, you kind of pushing back to gaslight somebody. Like I said, reverse it if you need to. I'm not trying to hear it. Okay. Reverse it if you need to. But there is something here that I feel it's almost like an elephant in the room, or there's this not feeling welcomed, or if there was any infidelity, this sense of regretting it and having these regrets and being like, why did I just screw up one of the best relationships in my life, whether that's a family relationship, a friendship, or a lover, but the love is here. But there's a feminine energy here who is very insecure about something and not feeling super vulnerable about the situation. I feel like you'll never change. It's very strange because it feels like the voices in the walls, right? It felt like they were being contained. And I'm wondering if this person is like the voices in the walls. And you could hear it. And the walls were like crying. That was like the weirdest thing, okay? And then these people ran by and were throwing things at it. And it's like the whatever soul was inside of the wall was like, I don't know if this person feels like you are supposed to handle things that you can't necessarily control, and maybe you feel like you have to overcompensate in order to protect a person, or in order to show that, well, I do have it all together, or whatever it may be. But I almost want to say, like, this isn't really the way to go about things. Yeah. Ugh. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the Page of Swords in reverse, and the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. It's this feeling like, if I prove myself enough, if I really prove myself enough by taking control or being in control of something, showing that I got it together, then I'm worth a shit, basically. The King of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like that you want something, whatever this is. But I almost want to say, like, you're not who you think you are. You're only one man, or you're only one woman. And I'm wondering if you just need to take a step back for a moment, because I do feel as though you've done some work in your life and you're here, right? Hermit in reverse is like, okay, I've taken a back seat. I've come to a realization in regards to who I am. And I feel like this is why you're doing it. Because of this lack of control, this loss of control, trying to control too much, trying to handle everything. And it's just like, you just can't, Nemo. You think you can do these things, Nemo, but you just can't, okay? It doesn't mean that you can't in the future. But the Nine of Wands is not the Ten of Wands. The Nine of Wands means there's one last push. What's the push? The Seven of Cups, being real with yourself. I need one more for that Seven of Cups. The Five of Swords in reverse, being real with yourself. Don't play games. There's a choice that you need to make based around not who you were, but who you want to be. And maybe you're not supposed to save the person in the wall, feeling like you're responsible for that. It doesn't mean that you cannot take care of people. It doesn't mean that you can't listen to people. It doesn't mean that you can't be an ear. It doesn't mean, but people also need to do their own work. They also need to do their own shadow work. And I'm not saying that this person is not doing that, but it's what you are doing, or you are not doing, that is making me feel like you need to chill out for a second. 'Cause you can't be all of this at once. See, I don't know if I like this because it feels like you're pushing and you're trying to control more and you're overcompensating. And it's like now this person is kind of warming up to it. But is that authentic to you? The Seven of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. Wow. High Priestess. Six of Wands in reverse. Can I have one more for that? The Hangman. Wow. Okay. There's some subconscious things going on. There's some conscious things that you're doing and the way that you're deciding things where you are making decisions based around a potential fear that you have that's subconscious to you. So for instance, if there is a person who has been betrayed enough times and has a bunch of betrayal trauma, you will find that these people start to become hyper aware and hypersensitive to changes in the environment, changes in people. They start to notice every little thing going on. And what they don't realize is it's actually just a protective mechanism. And so if you feel like you are making decisions at the expense of your own self because you're trying to prove something or prove who you are or prove your masculinity or whatever it may be, stop. Because while I understand that it can be a protective mechanism to try to control everything or save people or whatever it may be, it is not a healthy coping mechanism. You can't save everybody, you know? And if you think about it, I mean, Taurus, you were literally Harry Potter in my meditation. And Harry Potter is a hero, you know? But at the same time, he couldn't save everybody, you know? He couldn't. He just had to do what was best for him and still be able to look out for people, but without betraying himself. I will say you're definitely gaining a big perspective on things. And I feel like for some of you, if you've been like living in fear or operating from a place of worry or needing to control things, I think that you're starting to kind of listen to your internal guidance more. And you're starting to realize that everything is going to pan out just in the way that it needs to. I want to see this Four of Swords. The Nine of Swords. Yeah, it's like I said, it's that worry. I for some of you, I really just think that you need to really just please focus on your mental health in July. You guys do have the North Node going in your 12th house, okay, of spirituality, of, you know, it's 12th house also can represent insane asylums, all right? But you guys do have the North Node going through your 12th house, and that's like of your mental health, okay? And so I do want you just to be cautious, and I feel like you will. In the end here, I feel like you're going to kind of take a back seat because it feels like you are trying to push with something. You were trying to push with something, you were trying to help, or you were trying to help somebody out of a wall, right? Maybe you see something happening to someone and you just feel the need to take the reins or, you know, whatever it is. And it doesn't need to be about that. So I think with this Four of Swords, Nine of Swords, Temperance in reverse, you're learning how to kind of just practice indifference. What is the ending energies for Taurus? Okay. Can I have one more? Okay, that's great. That's really good. The Five of Wands and the Six of Pentacles, there is a little bit of a confusion or there's a little bit of a debacle, internal conflict or external, in regards to how much you're giving to a situation. And there's something that is kind of happening where you're starting to worry less about the we and worrying more about me, right? If Harry Potter, right, didn't take care of himself, right, he wouldn't have been able to save the world, basically, right? And so, you know, if that's your MO, or maybe you want to save somebody or whatever it may be, it's like there has to be a sense of you also focusing on your own sanity with that King of Swords, and what makes you content and what makes you feel happy with that Nine of Cups. Now, I will say this, Taurus, if you are this Emperor in reverse and the Queen of Wands in reverse, I will say that your need to control a relationship, or your need to control a situation or whatever it may be, is stemming from a place of your own insecurities. Whether that's an insecurity around asserting yourself, the North Node is entering Aries, hello, or your insecurities around your own mental health, you know, traumas, maybe it is betrayal trauma, whatever it may be. It does show me that you are making an active call, an active decision to be able to change that. How? Let's just see. The Empress in reverse, learning self-worth, learning self-value, and not overexerting yourself. Empress in reverse is somebody who betrays themselves to comfort someone else or to give to somebody else, when the Empress just needs to, you know, sit there and nurture and create from a place of self and beauty and love and harmony. So let's go ahead and get an advice message for you. Advice message for Taurus, please. And it's interesting that you saw that there was that lumberjack there. I don't know what that was about, to be honest. Teamwork and release. So this is about teamwork. This is about, it's not all about you to save somebody or to, you know, turn somebody from a wall to a person, you know, or whatever it is, or to pull somebody out of this wall or this hell or this I don't know, weird limited belief system that they have. I don't know, whatever it may be, but it's this sense of, hey, you're not on your own here, and remember that this isn't all up to you, and release the need to control, etc. Because you're just going to get yourself into crap with that mischief card, okay? So, you know, and I have a problem with trying to control everything. You know, I have a serious problem with trying to control everything. I am like always, you know, and sometimes I just need to be in my feminine energy and just let go. You know what I mean? So, Taurus, it was an absolute pleasure to read your cards. If you'd like to book a personal reading, www.brattytarot.com is where it's at. I offer one-on-one Zoom calls, and I also offer pre-recorded readings. I am doing a sale for 30% off until June 30th, so make sure that you take full advantage of that. Also, make sure that you follow my Instagram and my Twitter. That information will be available on the screen. On the screen. Also, I am a creative writer where I write, produce, and edit all of my own content. And the channel, the YouTube channel, there is called Where Dead Flowers Bloom. You can find that in my bio, and you can also find that in the comment section with the timestamps. So, Taurus, thank you so much, and I hope that you enjoy your July 2023. Bye. Virgo, how are you? So happy to see you for your July 2023 bonus reading. If you have not went and looked at the meditation, make sure that you listen to the meditation. You are not going to know what I'm talking about unless you do, okay? Unless you go back and look at the meditation, you're not going to know what the hell I'm talking about. So, in my meditation, Virgo, you were the voices in the wall that Taurus could hear, okay? That was being bullied by these kids that were throwing glasses at you or whatever it may be. Let's go ahead and just see what the hell that means. I never really understand my meditations until I pull the cards, and then stuff starts to make a little bit more sense. So, wow, you're showing up as some masculine energy, just like Taurus. Interesting. You're starting with the King of Pentacles and you're ending with the Ten of Pentacles. I'm really not mad at that. The Tower is in reverse. The Page of Cups is in reverse. The Queen of Pentacles is in reverse. The Moon is in reverse. The Ace of Swords is in the upright. And the Page of Wands is in reverse. Wow. Okay. Well, I wasn't really expecting this. What I do love is that you're starting out as the King of Pentacles in the upright, which is telling me that you're stable, you're focused on your money, you're focused on the bag, etc. And the Ten of Pentacles at the end shows me that that is where you end. That is where you are staying. You are staying focused, is what I feel. You are showing up as a masculine energy. So Virgos, for my feminine Virgos, this could be your partner's reading or your father's reading or somebody that you're dealing with. Now, it feels like there is some kind of change from an external reality of some sort, from your external circumstances that could be needing to change, but there could be a delay because somebody could be holding you back in some way. I feel like emotions are going to be expressed. Venus is going retrograde, okay, in your guys' 12th house if you're a Virgo rising. So not necessarily terrible, but not the best. I do feel like there will be some subconscious things that will be coming up for you guys, coming up from somebody that you're dealing with. I do feel like things will be expressed, but it just feels like a lot of delays. Things not being said, things being shoved under the rug in some way. So I want to go ahead and take a look at that King of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles. Feels like you guys are really all about the bag more than anything, Virgos. You know, you guys are focused on your finances. You guys are handling things pretty well, especially from a financial standpoint. The Three of Swords in reverse makes me feel like if there was any heartbreak, relationship problems, etc., it feels like you're trying to mend them. You're trying to fix them. How can I be generous enough? Here's Pentacle energy again. How can I be generous enough to make this okay? How can I be generous enough to heal myself and heal another person? But it feels like more than anything, I mean, you're just really about your bag. The Seven of Pentacles in reverse and the Page of Pentacles in reverse makes me feel like you don't want to waste time having missed opportunities with somebody, or you also don't want to put in these little efforts that are going to just go down the drain. It's like go big or go home is kind of what I'm getting for you guys. Tell me about that Tower in reverse. Okay. You got the Queen of Wands and the Eight of Wands. Interesting. The Nine of Wands in reverse and the Four of Pentacles in reverse. This to me makes me feel like you and a feminine energy are having a discussion about some kind of chaos or some kind of dramatic change that the two of you already went through. This is somebody that you are highly attracted to. This is somebody who speaks their mind. There could be a long distance relationship here for some of you, or there could be somebody at a distance that you're discussing a lot of things with in regards to whatever this change is, or in regards to, I heard who you are. Okay, that's pretty interesting. I heard, why don't you hear me? Why don't you hear me? Why am I getting that? I feel like this person has the ability to really wear you out, and not necessarily in the best way all the time. But this is somebody who may wear you out at times. I heard I don't have much more to give here. Page of Cups in reverse. Yeah, the Ten of Wands in reverse. It feels like there's a discussion, but it feels like there's also either some kind of emotional manipulation happening, because it seems like you and another person are having a hard time getting on the same page because of who somebody is, because of who you are, because of who you're not, because of who this person is, because of who they're not, whatever it is. And so what I was getting in the meditation with Taurus or Harry Potter was listening to the walls, but nobody else could hear. It was just Taurus that could hear, and the voice in the walls was you. And you may at times feel like this person deeply understands you and is sometimes the only one that has the ability to, or maybe there are some things that you only share with this person, or a certain dynamic, or a certain kind of emotional relationship with this person that you haven't ever, or just don't share with anybody else. It feels like there's emotional manipulation because you and somebody else, either in, it could also be a coworker, but whoever it is, because you and somebody don't seem to see eye to eye on who the other person is. And I'm wondering why that is. The Queen of Pentacles is in reverse. The Five of Cups in reverse. Can I get one more? Oh my goodness. And the Seven of Swords. This is interesting to me because there's somebody who's kind of suffering in silence, is what this feels like. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse, the Five of Cups in reverse, and the Seven of Swords. Is this the person? The Five of Swords in reverse, the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. This is like somebody who just gives up because they feel like they'll never win. They feel like they'll never move forward in a situation, and it's because of somebody else's ego. And there's somebody else here who seems to be starting out quite confident, speaking their mind, and then suddenly they become like a shell of themselves, inside of themselves, talking inside of a wall, feeling like only one person can hear them. This could be a very like isolated relationship, or like there's something weird about it. What's that Seven of Swords? Feels like somebody's really, the King of Wands in reverse. Somebody is trying to avoid the ego of another, and it's a feminine towards a masculine energy. Whether this is at the workplace, whether this is within a family dynamic. I mean, you are definitely in this like go-getter money era, you know? It feels like there's a person that's using another individual's weaknesses as a form of manipulation, control. The Moon in reverse. And then there's the King of Cups in reverse. Now, Virgo, you're showing up as the masculine, okay? So I'm going to have to say that this is you. The Three of Pentacles in reverse and the Four of Cups. You are getting to a point where you don't trust yourself enough to just simply be authentic. And you are saying whatever you need in order to, what does this person want? Why are they doing this? The Strength and the Six of Wands. You want confidence. This is a very masculine energy. This is double Leo. You want pride, ego, attention. And I told you there's somebody here that was fearing another's ego. And it's interesting because it feels like you are saying emotionally manipulative things, which is what I saw up here, in order to appease another person. The Page of Pentacles in reverse and the Three of Wands. That's what it is. It's really strange because you're showing up in this incredible energy. You're overcoming a financial difficulty. You're feeling good. But there's something on the inside that's going on, just like those walls, where somebody only like doesn't feel heard, or somebody feels alone, or like nobody else can understand them. And I still cannot understand that lumberjack that I saw on the outside, which was a representation of Capricorn. But Taurus saw that. Is it an outsider? Is it is this? It's interesting because I almost feel like you're Taurus in this instance, and the person that you're dealing with is Virgo, which is like so weird. It feels like, I mean, maybe you are the voices in the wall. Maybe you're the wall that's trying to contain this person's speaking out against you in some way, or you're trying to silence somebody, because I feel like you're the wall and this person is the voice. And this person just wants to be heard. That's why they're starting out as the Queen of Wands and the Eight of Wands. And it's interesting because they're showing up as this like outspoken showstopper. And then like they're ending with this, okay, well, I guess I'll just sit here and be quiet because this person doesn't understand. Or if I say something, it's going to be mean. Or what's that Ace of Swords? The Nine of Wands. Tell me more about this. It feels like there's more of a sense of just wanting to win. Like somebody just wanting to win. Say something where they're not actually putting in a legitimate effort. They're just almost like somebody putting their foot down. The Nine of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands in reverse. Somebody is trying to escape the wall. That's why there is, and I don't know what that means for you, but somebody's trying to like escape the wall. That's why there was those like tears or the liquid or whatever it was coming out. Like trying to push themselves out of a wall, like to break free from someone or something, but they need to use their voice. That Page of Wands in reverse. The Four of Wands in reverse. My goodness. The Queen of Cups in reverse. The Six of Cups in reverse. The Seven of Cups in reverse. Woo! There's a lot of like trust issues. Someone has become like a shell of themselves. And I remember in the meditation, if you remember in the meditation, I literally heard inside of the walls like, let me out. Help me out of here. I feel like you're the wall. You're the wall in somebody's life. Like confining someone. Reverse this if you need to, Virgo. Hey, listen, I'm a Virgo too, okay? And I'm also a Taurus rising, Mars and Capricorn, okay? So I'm not like, I don't have a dislike towards Virgos or anything, except for the men. No, I'm just kidding. So I'm not, so reverse this if you need to, like I said. Give me one more for that. Page of Wands in reverse. Ooh, yeah, the Queen of Swords in reverse. Somebody is furious about something, like not letting go of some action that someone has taken, or like it feels like there's something being brushed under the rug and someone's having a hard time just like moving on from it, you know, for better or for worse. Ten of Pentacles. You're ending with the Ten of Pentacles. The Nine of Swords in reverse. The Hermit in reverse. There you are. All right, I don't need all of these. I just need one. Thank you. The Queen of Cups in reverse. Is that paranoia for real? Is that like real, or is that in their head? All right. So this is really interesting because this is telling me that there is a feminine energy here that you are building a foundation with, or that you are with, or that maybe it's a family. I mean, I don't know. But it feels like you are trying to build something, and there is somebody that feels like a shell of themselves or confined inside of this wall, so to speak. And you are diligently, now crosswatcher, don't hate me, but from what I see in your energy, you are diligently like working on something. Like you are putting your best foot forward, and you're making progress as well, because you go from the King of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles. But there's somebody here who does not trust the process, does not trust you, does not even maybe necessarily like you, but it's this past situation that this person keeps going back to that happened in regards to a third party or gossip, rumors, drama, or some kind of petty shit that may have not been so petty to this person that's trapped inside of the wall that they perceive as you. And it feels like there's somebody on the outside that is helping this person work on something, and then there's somebody else who's trying to figure out the relationship or the connection. Because of that Harry Potter and the lumberjack. Communication is really needed. And sometimes it's also needed to save at another time. And then we have bond. There's a strong bond between you and another person. And I don't know if this is a family member, a child. I mean, I don't know. But insight and sacred space. You know, I want to read this insight card. Just to see. So one of the advice messages are insight. Crows and ravens are problem solvers. Crows make tools and learn from each action. In this illustration, you see the crow dropping rocks into the water. After testing a couple of rocks, the crow began to understand the relationship between the stones and the water. It learned that with each rock, the water would rise, and as a result, the buoyant shrimp would rise too. Insight asks that you take the time to examine your situation. Test out different strategies to gain wisdom. When you understand the relationship between all contributing factors, you will be able to identify actions that yield little benefit or remove any obstacles that may have been in your way, and in turn, apply strategies that expedite success. That is really interesting. It almost feels like there's a misunderstanding, and then you have sacred space. Maybe your sacred space is your nest, your home, or maybe it's the beach or your favorite path in the woods. Sacred space may also point to an inner place, a belief you hold dear. It is a place that brings comfort and nurtures your development. This is your sanctuary. When you receive this card, it is a call to rejuvenate your spirit. It is time to connect with the healing energy of your sacred space. Make time to connect with the space, as it will help center your energy and recharge your spirit. So in regards to insight and sacred space, if we're putting these together, it feels as though you and another person need to understand each other better. And there needs to be some, and this, because I'm not going to lie, Virgo, if you're this masculine energy dude, you are manipulating a situation in some way so that it best benefits you. Okay. And a wise man once told me everything is manipulation. Okay. Salesman, everything truly is in one way or another. But just be cautious. I do feel like your intent is for success here, but you have someone that feels unappreciated, or you have somebody here who feels silenced or feels like they have to be quiet because of your ego. Now, whether this is true or only perceived, only you and this person would know, but that's why communication is needed. Okay. Virgo, whoa, super interesting reading. It was an absolute pleasure to read your cards. If this reading resonated with you and you'd like to book a personal reading with me, just visit www.brattytarot.com. I offer one-on-one Zoom calls and pre-recorded readings. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram or Twitter, that information will be available on the screen. Make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. I would always love to hear from you guys in the comment section. And also, if you are into creative writing, I write, edit, and publish all of my own work. And do it all myself. So make sure that you check out my new YouTube channel, Where Dead Flowers Bloom. I will put that in the bio along with the timestamps, and also in the comment section along with the timestamps. Love you, Virgo, and enjoy your July 2023. Bye. All right, Capricorns, hello. Welcome to your July 2023 bonus reading. Now, listen, if you did not listen to the meditation in the beginning, please go listen to it. Otherwise, you're not going to know what the hell I'm talking about, okay? So the meditation interpretation, that is timestamped within the chapters underneath the bio, and it's also going to be timestamped in the comments section. So if you did not listen to the meditation interpretation, you're not going to know what I'm talking about. Okay, so Capricorn, you are the mystery man or the mystery woman in my meditation. I could not understand why the hell this lumberjack person was building this new house. I'm not really sure. Now, Taurus was Harry Potter or the person listening in the walls. Then I found out that Virgo was actually the walls, and the person they were dealing with was the voice inside of the walls. So, super weird. I know. Don't know what to tell you. 8 of Cups in reverse for how you're starting out in July. Now, Venus is going to be going in retrograde, so July 22nd, but it will be in its shadow, or it is in its shadow now. The 8 of Wands in reverse for where you're ending it. Maybe there's some things that you want to say that you haven't or that you don't, or maybe there's some blocked communication here. Maybe you're blocking communication. You have the Page of Cups, the Devil energy, which I'm just going to chalk up to it's you, but of course we'll have to see. Then you have Starseed. You have Karmic Release. You have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, the Magician in reverse. I heard I'm not dealing with it. Maybe that's why I saw you over there off in your own world, kind of doing your own thing here. Let me turn on my meditation music. I just simply cannot live without my meditation music because this is just who I am and it helps me. So if you don't mind, just give me 1 second here. Thank you guys so much for being so incredibly patient. Okay. All right. So it feels like in the beginning of July, starting out with July, you're definitely returning to something that maybe you felt like wasn't good for you. Or maybe you're just reviewing something, honestly. With that Page of Cups, it seems like there's some vulnerability coming from you. I say from you because I see the devil right next to it. With that starseed there's some kind of bigger mission that I feel like you believe that you have, and you likely do, especially with you being my mystery man, mystery woman in my meditation, and with that karmic release energy. I feel like there's something here that feels really good for you to release, or something that you're maybe finally even completing or coming to terms with, or reestablishing, reevaluating, that is going to help you kind of let go of something or make you feel accomplished in some way. With that 9 of Pentacles in reverse and the Magician in reverse, you know, it's like once we cleanse ourselves or cleanse our spaces or release something, once we don't have that thing anymore, the negative attachment or the negative memory or whatever it is, it's like we ask ourselves, who are we or what now? So I feel like you're kind of doing that. So I want to get started with that 8 of Cups in reverse, and this one came out super quick already. We have the Justice in reverse. So it feels like you're returning to something, or you're remembering something, or you're revisiting something that you felt like was wrong, okay? With the 8 of Swords there, it also tells me that you're still stuck on something. Maybe you're returning to an old legal case of some sort, but whatever it may be, with that Queen of Swords in reverse, it feels like you're pretty pissed off about it. It's something that's very triggering, and you don't know what the right decision is, and you're having a hard time making that decision. Now, I'm wondering for some of you, it's interesting because you were off and you're on your own, and it was nighttime. You were hacking away at this freaking wood, and I could see that you were building a house with it, like a cabin, kind of like you wanted to be away from it all, right? But it's interesting because here I see you kind of reverting back, or going back. Maybe at one time in my meditation, maybe you were a part of that building, right? Maybe you were a teacher at Hogwarts, or maybe you were a student there, or whatever. Maybe you were friends with the Taurus character who was Harry Potter in my meditation, or maybe you knew the voice inside of the wall, you know, and you may feel like there's an injustice from your past that you keep revisiting inside of your mind, where you don't really know what to do about it. Like I said, I do think that it's something that's very triggering for you. The Page of Wands, the Two of Wands, for some of you, you're getting a message, and this is why you're reevaluating something, or you're receiving some kind of news. However, it is good news because the Page of Wands is in the upright, and it's causing you to really come out of your comfort zone and try to make an effort towards something. And now we have the Page. Okay, I don't need all of those. Sorry. Now we have the Page of Cups energy. All right, I'll take 2. That's fine. The 6 of Pentacles in reverse and the Fool in reverse. I'm feeling apprehension more than anything. You could be getting a love offer from somebody, or if you're already in a relationship, you could be receiving. But whoever this is that is giving this love, it seems like this is somebody that's not all in. That's like, okay, yeah, I'll give a little, but I'm not giving a whole hell of a lot. Which could be confusing is what I'm wondering. The Eight of Pentacles in reverse, the Four of Cups in reverse. Like, I keep hearing it's not enough. This is not enough. Do you feel like you're doing a lot, but something isn't enough for someone else? Because it's interesting because I was kind of getting that with Taurus as well. Maybe that's why you feel like you have to isolate yourself from something. It's like you go back and you revisit someone or something. You see that maybe they're not putting in the effort, or maybe you just don't have it to give because you see that something just has not changed. And it's triggering to you. And then we have the Devil. Is it like a work thing? Is it a person? The Strength in reverse. It seems like you're not really confident in your decision or in this person. Be careful of any negative habits at this time. Things that you're going through, you may revert back to old ways. Doing things that are going to put you in a hole. I heard be careful of gambling. Okay, I don't know. That's for like one person. It feels like you're having a bit of a rough time, and so you could be giving into desires that you shouldn't be giving into. I don't know if it's alcohol. I don't know if it's an ex. I don't know what it is, but be careful of accepting more than you're worth when you've already walked away once. And I'm kind of wondering, so it's interesting because I feel like this lumberjack in my meditation used to live in those halls or used to live in that huge castle or whatever it was. And now it's like the Capricorn, the lumberjack, which is a representation of you, was like, this, I'm out of here. I'm going to go build my own freaking house. I don't care how much work it takes. And I'm going to do it by myself. But then there's still that uncertainty. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I can sacrifice. You have the Star Seed here. The Nine of Cups in reverse. I heard, but it's not about you. Then I heard, but it is. It almost feels like there's a bigger mission in your life that you're trying to avoid or you're trying to run away from, or you just don't want anything to do with it. You felt like you've done it a million times and you feel this in your heart, but there's something calling to you. There's something bigger that's calling to you. But with that Nine of Cups in reverse, it's like you feel like you just didn't get what you wanted. But it's not about you though, because it's already been about you. That's the thing. There's something that is not about you. Like, how do I explain this? Like, there's a bigger picture here. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm saying, oh, well, no, stay together with somebody because they're sad and they're going through a hard time. No, that's not what I mean. You know, it's kind of like maybe you got people that you're working with on like some big project that's going to help people. Okay, maybe it's like a charity thing. But like you hate the people that you work with or the people that you're with, you know? And you're like, I'm freaking out of here. I don't want to do, you know, but it's more than that. There's a bigger mission tied to it, but it's almost like because you're not getting what you want, you're reverting back to old ways of some sort. Now, don't hate me, okay? Don't hate me, Capricorn. I love ya, but I'm just saying but I think that you're realizing this. It's interesting that Three of Swords in reverse is connected to that karmic release, because you are going back to something where you feel like there was something that was unjustified, and it's like you're going back to it and it's triggering the fuck out of you and you don't know how to deal with it. And then it's like you feel as though there's somebody who's just doing a little bit just to get by, or maybe you are, and it's like there's not really anything going on. And then it almost makes you less confident because you're not getting that validation from whomever or whatever this is. But it's not about that. It's not about that. It's something bigger than that. And now, I don't know how you're doing this, but there's something that is stressing you out or has stressed you out in regards to the true nature of you or the true nature of people or your life. This is nature. This is the seed of life. And then we have the Four of Swords in reverse. And so you're able, how is Capricorn doing this though? The Knight of Swords in reverse. You're just letting go of control is what you're doing. You're releasing in silence. It's like that final push. Tell me about that Knight of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles, the Healer in reverse. You're having a hard time moving though because it's like when you... remember when I said... was this you that I said this to? I think so. When you release something, whether it's bad energy, a relationship, whatever it is, but then after you do it, you're kind of just standing there like, what now? That's when you have to heal yourself of something. Because there's no possible way that you can focus on the bigger picture, the Hangman, the Four of Cups in reverse, if you don't take a moment to actually put in the effort to heal yourself. And not give a shit about what somebody thinks specifically, because it's bigger than that. So you're releasing, right? You're releasing and then you're stopping and you're like, now what? Well, now you heal from whatever this is and you focus on the bigger picture of something because it's more than just you. It's like the work that you're doing. Yes, it's you, and yes, part of it is about you, but there's a because like the voices in the walls, right? The voices in the walls, like it's like they wanted to get out. They wanted to come out. And Harry Potter or Taurus was trying to figure out how, like, what is this voice coming from? Why can't no one else hear it? Is it too loud for you? Is that why you separated yourself? Did you feel like you were too close to a problem and nobody else could solve it? And you're just like, I want to get out of here. But there's something special about this voice in the meditation in regards to you and why it was connected. And what is the voice a representation of in your life? Because whatever it was, you wanted to run away from it, but it's not about you. It's about why the voice is inside of that wall in the first place. How did it get there? Why is it there? The Magician in reverse and the Judgment in reverse tells me that you don't want to look at it because there's something that you doubt about yourself. The Star in reverse and the Empress. There is a lack of healing around your self-worth or your self-value or what it is that you have to create. The harmony that you have to create in some way. It's so interesting because I feel like Taurus and Virgos was so different from yours because theirs were very similar. Whereas like they were trying to handle shit. It was about them. It was about they can't help everybody or, you know, but yours is about like the bigger picture of something and how it's actually not necessarily about you. Like it is, but it's not. Eight of Wands in reverse. Now, listen, I don't want you guys to get all personal and take tarot super personally and get all pissed off. Like, listen, if you have a situation where it needs to be about you, like, listen, I don't know your personal situation, right? I'm just telling you what I'm getting. And so it's meant for somebody. And so my job is to deliver the message. That's all I know. The Eight of Wands in reverse with the Shadow Dream Catcher. Then you have the Ten of Cups in reverse. You feel like you're all alone in some ways. The Wheel of... This is interesting. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse and yes. There's a situation from the past that, yes, you need to take a look at. Like, you can't, like, I feel like the cabin or whatever this is that you're doing solo, yes, it's important, but there's something else that's calling you quite literally that is behind you still. And you know, that's why the Eight of Cups is in reverse. Do you need to get justice for yourself in some way? What is it? Because you have the Eight of Wands in reverse, then you have the Shadow Dream Catcher, then the Ten of Cups in reverse, and the Nine of Wands in reverse. I just heard Walk Away by Christina Aguilera. You're ending with this, like, not feeling supported, feeling tired, not even really talking about it. Tell me about that Shadow Dream Catcher. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse. I want to see something. Oh my God. Sorry, you guys. I swear to God, I put that on freaking Do Not Disturb. So I don't know what that was. I don't know where I put that book. Give me one more for that Shadow Dream Catcher. The Three of Wands. I almost feel like these are your thoughts. I really, 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 Capricorn, I want you to be very cautious of your thoughts. What you're thinking. What you're thinking is going to conduct how you feel. What you're thinking is going to either demotivate or motivate you. And I'm kind of wondering here, I really have to check on this freaking book. There it is. I wanted to look at this because this is, sorry guys. This is a new deck, and this is not a common card that is in tarot. This is something that is more so exclusive to this deck. And so they're called bonus cards. Here we go. So this card talks about dreams, nightmares, visions, messages, astral travel, out-of-body experiences, making connections to astral or ET beings, meditation, rest, recovery, vision quest, to see, to analyze dreams of self and others, self-exploration in altered states and dream states. This is about your shadow self and nightmares, and paying attention to your darker dreams, visions, and your inner fears. And this is about your dreams right now can show you past, present, and future, and also help you communicate with cosmic beings, spirits, entities, etc. And that somebody could also be dreaming of you in some way. This is asking you to face something. Face something. It's saying, like, listen, it literally says, you can pretend that you don't have problems, but your resistance to the issues that you have put off will only secure their persistence to you. By looking at our dreams, blah, blah, blah. It's saying, so rather than resisting your own integration to your fears and shadow, why not try to pay attention to them and face them? And remember, I told you it was something about you running away. But I feel like you are facing it, because this is in the upright. And these are your actions. It's like, fuck if you don't feel emotionally supported. Screw it if you feel like you can't talk about it. Screw it if you don't feel emotionally supported or like people don't understand you. You know that you have to face something from the past. Whew. Jesus. Listen. I don't know. I need advice for Capricorn. My goodness, these readings trip me out sometimes. Wow. Risk. Wrath. Distance and territory. Let's see. So keep in mind that these are your advice messages. So distance. To get the lay of the land, sometimes you need to take a look from a distance, which is what you're doing in my meditation. Distance indicates that you would be best served by taking a step back so that you can see the big picture. You may be focusing too narrowly on one area while there is a whole world out there to explore. It's about more than just you. You may need to consider if growth within a situation or relationship is at risk of being stunted due to being overcritical or nitpicky. Are you able to see the potential even if there are a few flaws? Of course, you might find distance appears when you are too focused on one positive aspect of a situation or event while missing all of the negative outcomes that may potentially exist. Distance asks if you are too close to a situation to remain impartial or unbiased. You might benefit from taking a leave of absence or literally putting some distance between you and the situation or taking a trip. This is so incredible to me. I want to look at territory. Territory. Crows are very territorial. They have distinct groups, and they will not hang out too long on a block that is not theirs. Territory indicates that someone may be entering your space uninvited, or that you may be the one who is the intruder. This card may also ask if you're protecting something out of concern that someone may be trying to step on your toes or take over something you cherish. When territory appears in a reading, you may need to consider what boundaries are in place or if they are needed. Would the situation benefit from establishing some ground rules? Territory may also appear if you need to carve out some space for yourself, whether that be within your home or in the form of time to be alone. You may need to define an area that is solely yours and yours alone. So, whoa. This is kind of what you were doing in my meditation. And so I feel like you've already taken some distance, or maybe you still need to continue to take some distance, because I do see you returning back to something that you feel doesn't feel good to you. However, what is it that you're trying to protect? Is it like your sanity? Oh my God, now I'm not going to even want to get out of this reading. Maybe it's that you have a freaking temptation to go back. Maybe that's because these were your actions and I was reading it as like what you need to do. And so maybe you do need to protect your territory and keep distance like you were doing in my meditation. Now I just heard in my head, I've heard it a million times, like the voices in the wall. Like, I don't know if this person or whatever it is wants you to save it, but there is a bigger picture, because that's what it was saying in the distance card. Oh my God. Okay, so Capricorn, I gotta get out of here because this is just freaking me out, man. Anyway, Capricorn, I absolutely love you. It was a total pleasure to do your July 2023 bonus reading. If this reading resonated and you'd like to book a personal reading with me, whether it's a one-on-one Zoom call or a pre-recorded reading, make sure that you're visiting www.brattytarot.com. Also, make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe if you have not. I would love to hear from you in the comment section. Also, make sure that you're following me on my Instagram and my Twitter. That information will be available on the screen. And also, I am a creative writer where I write, edit, and publish all of my own content. So make sure that you visit my new YouTube page, which is at Where Dead Flowers Bloom. I'm going to post that in the bio and also in the comment section with the timestamps. I love you, Cappy, and enjoy your July 2023. Bye.